What is up, guys, and welcome back into a brand new Rams House video. Thank you so much for stopping back in to a brand new Rams House video. And today I'm going to be discussing who is the better LA team, because honestly, over these last years that the LA Chargers and the LA Rams have moved to LA, this year seems like the best year for either one of them to make a Super Bowl run, and this is arguably, to me, one of the best teams that either team has had. And so I'm going to just be going through which one I believe is better. I put my Rams bias aside here because honestly I think the Chargers have a real shot here at being a playoff team, a true playoff contender, and I really mean that. And so I'm going to be kind of going through this, and feel free to put your comments down below on who you think is going to be the better team. Now, I want to start off with the LA Chargers because this is a very intriguing team, and to me, Justin Herbert was a steal of a pick last year, and the teams that passed on him are looking silly now. Obviously, I think that Joe Burrow is definitely going to be an amazing quarterback, and if I were in that position, I would have drafted him. But man, Justin Herbert is looking very good, and I'm thinking he's going to take a leap forward this year, as scary that sounds for other opponents. You have to take into account that that was his rookie year, and the team got better, and he is going to get better just with more time in that system. And with Brandon Staley, who came from my Rams, and I think you guys got a great coach. We're going to have to see how he does as a head coach, but I'm sure he's going to be doing well, especially with a lot of the playmakers that the LA Chargers have. So Justin Herbert is going to be better, and that just makes the offense better. And the offense last year was already good, and if you take a look at this Chargers team, you cannot just look at their record, because the Chargers record was great, the Chargers record was not great, excuse me. It was underwhelming if you were just to look at it, but you really have to take a look at the games and see how they played out, and really what the team was or wasn't doing, and even you can reflect that on the coach. And this offense was amazing last year, and it caught the league by storm with Justin Herbert, and so the offense was putting up points week in and week out. It was usually like over 20 and sometimes even 30 points a game, and I think that their defense was one of the big reasons that they were losing games. Not all the time, but that and the coaching, because a lot of the times when I was looking over the schedule, or their schedule last year, and just kind of taking a look at those games, it just was reflecting that the defense was giving up just a little bit of points, but just a little bit too many points were being put up on the board by opposing offenses from the Chargers, no matter how well their offense performed. And I think that was due to, again, the coaching, just a bit of the coaching, but also a bit of just some of the injuries that they were dealing with last year. You talk about having Derwin James out for a lot of the year, and some of the key contributors, and just they were kind of in limbo on defense. And I think that this year that defense got better with them drafting Asante Samuel Jr., and that is going to make that team better over time. And they have a very good secondary, and I was thinking that they may target John Johnson, former Ram who went to the Browns, because obviously Staley went there, and so I was thinking that that's where John Johnson was going to end up. He went to the Browns, but that does not mean that this secondary isn't good. It is very elite, and then you have an amazing pass rushing team too, and so I just expect for them to be better. I think that their defense is going to get better, and then in turn that offense is going to get more of that continuity together, and then just having a new scheme and new coach all around, and just this, where this organization is heading, is very positive for you Chargers fans. So I have faith in these Chargers for sure, and I think that that organization is going in the right direction. And I think talking about Rashawn Slater, the guy they drafted with their, I believe, 13th overall pick, was a smart pick. Protect your future quarterback. That was the right move to do for you Chargers. So I think that this team is looking up for sure. And now heading into the LA Rams, my favorite team, but again, that bias aside, just straight talk right to where they are as a team right now. I honestly think that trade for Stafford was a great one, and it's not being talked about enough. What the Rams needed was a franchise QB who could keep his confidence level up and who is like Aaron Rodgers and like Patrick Mahomes. We just have not seen that, and it's not bias or anything. You just gotta look at what he's doing. I honestly was not, like, I wasn't paying attention to what he was doing like all other people were, because he was on the Lions, and he can make all the throws, and he will make aggressive throws. Sometimes that can turn out for the best, sometimes not, but that's what this team needs. The Rams are equipped with an amazing offense with those receivers, just like the Chargers. The Chargers have an amazing offense too. So we have an up and coming running back, Cam Akers, in the backfield, who I think is just going to continue to get better. Last year was his rookie year. He did not play much until the second half of the season. Some of it was the team and some was injuries that he was dealing with, but I just expect him to get better. And then you have Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, who I love. They're amazing route runners and receivers. They're just going to be utilized in a whole different way now that we have a new QB. If you weren't watching the Rams games, and if you're a Chargers fan here, our playbook was a little bland last year and a lot of screens and stuff like that because of Jared Goff. And we had to make it simpler and make sure it wasn't too much for him to deal with, because he was kind of regressing since that Patriots Super Bowl loss and just overthinking things, so we kind of simplified it. But now getting a guy like Stafford, I think, again, is not being talked about enough. I think he could be in the MVP candidate. And then honestly, with Sean McVay, he has so many different weapons at his disposal. I mentioned Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, but now you got Deshaun Jackson. I don't think he's going to be playing a whole lot because of that injury history. They're going to be plugging him in as kind of a gadget guy and a deep route guy, somebody who can take that top off the defense like the Rams need. And just in case he does go down, we have a guy like Tutu Atwell who's got that speed. He reflects a lot of what Deshaun Jackson does. He's just a smaller type of guy, and he's got that speed, and I think they could use him as a gadget guy too. So that offense is going to be loaded, and I didn't even mention Van Jefferson, who I believe is going to be an amazing receiver coming off of his rookie season, because he wasn't utilized a whole lot last year, and that's not really what Sean McVay does with rookies. He usually likes to groom them for a year and then put them out there. And then when you take a look at the defense, yes, we did lose some key pieces like John Johnson, Michael Brockers, Troy Hill, and Morgan Fox, guys like that. But we also drafted well to fill those spots. We got Bobby Brown, we got Ernest Brown, who can fill those tackle spots, and just guys to fill out the line to help AD out. And then we re-signed Leonard Floyd, which is going to help a lot. And then we got Jalen Ramsey, Darius Williams, and then we also drafted a guy in Robert Rochelle, who I really do love to fill in. I think he's going to, honestly, I think he's going to overtake David Long's spot at that cornerback position. So our defense is filled out, and we got some depth at safeties too. So I think one thing you guys have to notice and look out for with both these teams is they have some depth, and there are a little bit of weak spots, but mainly we have a lot of depth, and that the rosters that both these teams have been building have been very good over these last couple of years. And this is their chance to win. I think the Chargers have a more long-term look at it. Their roster is a bit younger than the Rams. The Rams are in that win-now kind of state, and we know what Sean McVay can do. He's proven everything like that, and I think that's one thing with Brandon Staley. I mentioned how I'm excited for you guys that you got him, but I just want to see a bit of what he can do in your scheme and just see how he fits as that head coach, because we have not seen him in that position yet. I'm not saying it's too much for him, but I just want to see what he can do in that role. So I think that's what it comes down to. I think both these teams are super talented, but they're talented in their own ways. And I think at the end of the day, I know the Rams better in this case because I know their coach and everything. I think that if you guys still had the name escapes me for sure right now, but your old head coach, I would definitely go with the Rams as a lock because I was just not a fan of what he was doing. But I think with Staley and just where this team is heading, you guys got an amazing chance. It just comes down to that coach. I just want to see what Staley does and how that team looks as a whole and how it gels together. So I take Rams right now. Let me know what you think. I still have the whole confidence of the world in the Chargers and that roster they got. I just want to see what the coaching is. But I think you guys are for sure going to the postseason, and I wish you guys luck. So let me know what you think down below, Rams and Chargers fans, or just fans of the NFL. And please subscribe to the channel if you like Rams content all the time. As always, horns up, God bless, you guys are the best, have an amazing day.